So, welcome again to the monthly vibe. This is December, which is unbelievable. I can't believe that we are here in the final month of 2025. This is the time is going by so rapidly, so quick, and we are ending now a 9-year cycle that we began in 9 years ago, obviously. And also, we're culminating certain emotional aspects that we began in June of 2025 that we are feeling it coming into fruition at this moment in time. And I'll explain everything. So every time I sit down for this one, when it comes down to the end of the year, when I do these offerings and share this live podcast, I swear it feels like we blinked and somehow like the entire year whooshed by. And yet we are here again at this sacred threshold. So December has a very, very distinct frequency and distinct energy. It is the last month, obviously, of the year. It's the 12th month in a 9 year. And number 9 is the energy of Mars. Mars is the planet of passion or war. And that's like the way that we end a race. We have some, athletes that are here. Think of it when we complete something, when there's a graduation, when we finish a race, or even certain things of a breakup. It's still a source of celebration, because when one door closes, another door opens. So the year of 2025 had a number 9 frequency associated with the energy of Mars. But the way of our perception, the way that we get to go through it is our choice. Do we go it through anger? Do we go it through rigidness? Or do we go it through passion? Think of the energy of Mars. Mars is it's a warm planet, right? It's a fiery one. And we could either burn somebody with a glance. I know I can do that, right? But not intentionally, not because, like of bad intention, but it's like of just when you go through the motion. Or you can warm somebody with your smile, right? This is very important. Of how we end is very important, and honoring every moment that brought us to where we are right now. But December in itself, it's quieter, it's softer, and there's this energy of miracles, right? And somehow, even though there's a softer energy where we get to go quiet within, here in the Northeast, whoever's logging in the northern hemisphere, where the energy and the weather gets a little bit colder, and we may get snow. Apparently New York is going to get a lot of snow this winter. That's what they're predicting. But we also, it's a moment of coming within. So even though this quieter, softer, this like we go within, but there's also an intensity that's out there, because we're ending it in a number 9 year. This is the month where the world slows just enough, like it slows down just enough for your soul, for your beautiful, beautiful soul, to finally be led and to finally be heard again. By who? The most important person in the room. It's you. You are. And it's the way that you interact with others. We didn't come here to do this solo. We're here, as Ram Dass says, we're walking each other home. We truly are. It's about the collaboration. And that's the energy of December. It's a number 12 month. Number 1 is initiation. The number 2 is about union. Together, it equals the number 3. You add 1 plus 2, and 3 is actually ruled by the energy of Jupiter. Jupiter is, every single number has a planet and a frequency associated with it. I'm just going to focus on planets today, just not the frequency at the moment. Jupiter's energy is one of expansiveness, but it's also creative. It's fun. It's all about, and it's about spirituality. And what is spirituality? It is your truth. And that's the energy of Sagittarius. It's the truth seeker. It's the truth teller. It isn't the preacher. It's the one that loves to be educated and the educator at the same time. So If you've been feeling reflective, a little nostalgic, maybe emotional in ways that you can't really name, in a sense, or if you're noticing that you're not the same person that walked into January 1, 2025, you're exactly on time because you actually aren't the same person you were 10 minutes ago. The energy of December is that in between. It's the place where you can feel the old chapter, in a sense, that's dissolving behind you, in a sense, with honor, with reverence, with respect, while the new one hasn't fully emerged yet. It's that feeling of honoring of what was, and you get to go into the chrysalis again, and or you're in this like beautiful, like gorgeous train, and you're in a tunnel, and you know that whatever's on the other side is this energy of curiosity, and it's only there to elevate your soul a little bit higher. There's nothing to fear. So tonight we're going to talk about what this December energy is really bringing forward, the astrology behind it. I'll dip into that, the intuitive messages that are coming through the 12/3 numerology, and how it's all preparing you for a very different kind of year ahead, which is the 2026 year. And 2026 is goodness. This is a year of initiation, indeed. Number 9 is that graduation. 2025 was graduation. It's as if I'm a Capricorn. So I go up that mountain. I like to challenge myself. And when I'm up at that mountain, I'm like, all right, we climbed this one. What's the next mountain? While we're living, we must live in entirety. And this full moon that we're going to get this Thursday, I believe it's Thursday. It's on the 4th. Goodness, I think it's this Thursday. It's the full moon of Gemini, and Gemini is all about curiosity. It rules the mind. It's all about air. And I want you to really get curious. Think about when you're a kid, you were so curious of trying out new things. And then as we got older, and then there was all of different systems and saying, you must do this, and a lot of dogma, which that's the shadow side of Sagittarius, FYI. A lot of dogma that if you do this, you will be punished. This is about following the spiritual compass of your heart, and get curious of and think back of when you were a kid, how you would just go along and explore. And when it's that fun factor, it brought the frequency up. Even putting on good music. Like yesterday, my kids came home for the holiday, and it was so nice to have them in the same room together, even though at that moment it was like about, and I don't stay up really super late, but I really stayed up late last night. It was like 11 o'clock, just so I can share the same oxygen as them. And I looked, and I'm like, my goodness, maybe I should unload the dishwasher now. It finished. And I'm like, I really don't feel like doing it. And what I did was I just put on music. It raised the vibration, the frequency, and I cleaned up my kitchen really quick, which I do every night anyway. But usually I don't wait until my dishwasher is done washing a load, right? But there's something about lifting the vibration of the room through music, through color, even changing your outfit, of doing something of changing a look, or going someplace that you've always wanted to go to. That is that energy of December as well. If you haven't read the book, The Artist's Way, I highly suggest you do. It's not just for the artist, because like a typical artist, they may buy it, but then they'll like leave it on the bookshelf. But it's wonderful because what the book suggests, and that's like a theme of this month, it suggests you to kind of date yourself, meaning like do one creative, and it doesn't mean necessarily buy yourself, but do one creative, curious thing that you wanted to do that lifts the vibration every single week, whether it's going to, I don't know, a Broadway show, whether it's going to, like right now, the monthly vibe, but do something out of the box that you normally wouldn't do. There are times when I go on and explore things in New York City. I live in New York City, but I'll go and see different things when people are visiting me. Like I only went to the Statue of Liberty once. I could see it from my backyard, but only once when people from London came over. Do this month, every single week. Go on that out of the box, self-exploratory, curious date in a sense that will warm your soul. So it's very important this month because you'll go into that 2026 year, which by the way, January 11th, I'm doing something called, which is my annual vision quest. This is the number one workshop of the year. It's almost 4 hours long, where you have a month by month by month that's personalized to you of how you're going to navigate the next year ahead. And I'll put that all in the show notes. I'll spare the details at this moment in time, but I'll share a little bit about those gatherings later on. So, and at the end, if you show up live, by the way, whoever's here live, you will get a mini intuitive reading. One person will be chosen, and always the message comes through for the collective, for the entire group. So let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's delve a little bit deeper. December has one clear anchor. One, soul-led choices, not reactive choices, not fear-based choices, not choices out of habit, soul-led, spirit guide, intuitively guided and intuitively aligned. That's why we kind of get back into ourselves when we actually go out of the box for a moment. It shifts the perception. You become the interruption, but it's in a fun way. This entire year, 2025, it stretched you a little bit. This I know for sure. Okay. There were a lot of endings, like I mentioned before in my other recordings. I lost my father in May. It's when I say I lost, he passed away. It's a better place. It's a healthy grief. But 2025 were a lot of goodbyes, and there's going to continue to do that up until the end of this year, up until my birthday, which is December 31st, the last day of the year. Literally, you're going to see that as our friendships, as certain business collabs close, the universe is preparing us for quality. It's not about quantity. It's not about it's not about having more. It's about having it's a concentrated of A++ people that are by your side. It's very, very important. 2025 asked you to grow in ways that you probably didn't expect. It pushed you out of your comfort zone, sometimes gently, sometimes not so gently. And it also required decisions about what stays, what goes, and what you're done carrying. That's why I love family constellation work, because it shows you on a 3D level, which is amazing, of what you have been carrying for generations. And it's not what have you been carrying. It also required decisions, what 2025 like, about who stays, who goes, and who you're done carrying too. Okay. And now in December, you're integrating all that. This is amazing. The energy of this month is reflective, yes, but it's also empowering. So it's all about completion. It's about completion and release at the same time. So you may feel emotions that you probably haven't visited in a while, and it's rising to the surface. It's important that we don't just brush it away and put it under the rug, because let me tell you something. If you're going to say, you know what, I'll deal with it next year. I'll deal with it later on. What's going to happen, just like a little snowflake, when it first comes down, it's tiny. But then as it goes down, like that ski hill, it will come down into a huge ice boulder. Get it while it's still a snowflake. Handle it during that time. Don't wait until tomorrow, next week, because the magic is in the moment. Like what Jesse from Full House says. Jesse's the character, by the way. I think it's what's his name? Stamos. He says there are no problems, there are only solutions. So these emotions are here to actually free you. Whatever is coming up on our auric field is coming back to be seen, to be honored, to be released, because this is the final clearing before your next beginning, which is that number one year, initiation. It's the year of the fire horse, and we'll speak about that next month. So this is where your system is saying, okay, we're done with this story now. What a great narrative that freaking was for my life story, my whatever it is, honor it. And then the soul nods. We bow to that. We get to create a brand new narrative. There is destiny and there is fate. Destiny, you cannot change, but fate is the way that we navigate through destiny. You get to choose hurt or forgiveness. You know, shame or humility. And humility actually is a positive thing, because shame is such a heavy energy, and shame in itself, like there's just experiences, that's it. So we get to choose love, which that's we always choose, or fear. And that's this duality of December. December babies know all about this, the Sagittarian in the beginning of the month and the Capricorns at the end of the month, because they live in these in-between worlds. Because one of the biggest themes from the December Cosmo files is this sense of, I feel like I'm in between, like the new earth, the old earth. What is this all about? Like, we're not getting into a spaceship and beaming into a new earth. We're creating it here, right now. As our soul and levels rise up, you'll see that the ones that we're meant to connect with, we do, because it's like attracts like. It's all about that law of attraction. So whatever's not meant for you, you know, it's going to leave. It's not meant for you to rush this month. It's not meant for you to have it all figured out. It's not meant for you to judge yourself. Remove the judgment. Accept of what is the most important thing, and acknowledge and then accept. We can't change the way people were. We could, you know, what's actually very empowering, and this is actually a family constellation statement. It is so empowering, especially when there's relationships that had some struggle and had let's say challenge, because struggle is, it's all about perception, right? Let's say there's a father or there's a mother or a brother or an ex-partner or something that felt unjust, okay? But know that they're there to align us, to lift us up. A statement that you can use even you don't have to say to the person, like, don't actually call them up and say this, please don't, just in your mind. Visualize them, whether they're here, whether they passed. If it was something of tension, you say, today and all days to come, I give up my wish for you to have been different. Just let that land for a moment. Because that moment, you can't make a dog out of a cat. That moment of acceptance releases you of thinking you could have done something to change the situation. Even though we may be strong, we may be fierce, and we're powerful, and whatever it may be, we are still human. We're souls having a human experience. And through our relationship with others, our soul chooses this. The moment we say this, we accept it for who or what it is. I give up my wish for you or for the situation to have been different. That's potent. So it's meant for you to honor your sacred space, the void, especially right now, what I just said. Just take a moment and let that land. The pause. That pause is that miracle matrix, because that's where the real magic is. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. The void isn't empty. It's fertile. I meditate every morning at 4:30 in the morning. And yes, it's I've been doing breath work and Kundalini work for 18, 19 years almost. I go into that place of void, but it isn't boring. It's a place where I feel most connected to source. And this is this energy of December where you get connected, you feel connected to source. It's it's this energy of fire, which is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius season brings in fire, but not chaotic fire. Not like it's more of a bonfire. It's more of like a beach cool Tulum kind of fire. This is the inner flame that says, I'm ready for something new. I can feel the next version of myself rising, emerging. I don't just see it fully yet. I trust it's going through that tunnel and knowing that there's like beauty on the other side of it. And December has this beautiful blend. It's that stillness and that spark. It has that reflection. It has that momentum and intuition and inspiration at the same time. And that fire you're feeling, it's guiding you into 2026. And like I mentioned before about the numerological aspects, like December, which is a number 12, 3 vibration, it is such a perfect match to this energy of the Sagittarian, which is fire, curiosity, learning something brand new, and also that Gemini full moon that we're having on the 4th, which is expansiveness. It allows us to go back to what we planted in June. This is what I was talking about. And of what seeds we planted in June that had creative aspects associated with it. Because in June, we may have felt it was a little bit chaotic. And now we're kind of seeing of what transpired because of that. And it has to do with relationships as well. So this energy of the number 3 energy of December, the 1 and the 2, it's all about emotions. It's emotionally expressed through what? Through your soul. It's about creativity that's coming back, like get yourself a brand new pair of shoes. It's about clarity and communication and walk through, like, go dancing. I'm like, walk through a dance hall. But 3 is also about joy returning after a long chapter. And it's a spark that is inside of you that remembers itself. So this month in itself, December, is one in which it wants you to lighten up, not by ignoring your emotions. Remember, it's important that whatever comes up, that you honor it with compassion, not judgment, okay? But letting it move through you. And the influence that's surrounding the month, like 12, it's like the new cocoon, the brand new you that you want to emerge in the new year, which January 11th is when we do the Vision Quest, which is also a portal. It's 1111, super, super potent year. But also I do something during the spring solstice, which is March 21st as well, because that is also, it's the birthing of a new astrological year. But 12, which is in December, the December numerology, it's the final emotional lesson before a breakthrough. Think about it. So write down all the things that may have challenged you. When you write it down and you put it on paper, you realize, and you could even rate it from 0 to 10 if you're in that analytical, logical. I'm both ways. I have my analytical part of my computer science brain, and then I have that intuitive part. So just know that this month, it's the last loop of a pattern before you can actually part ways with it. Say, thank you for showing me. Thank you for this beautiful experience. I honor it. I'm ready for the new chapter. But you have to feel it. You have to feel it in order to heal it. Not go through the same pain again, by all means, but honoring it even from like an objective point of view, perspective. That's why I love family constellations. I'm going to keep on plugging that in because I love it. I love it. I love it. So together, the 12-3 vibration encourages you to speak your truth. Any December people, you know that they love to speak their truth. Let clarity rise that inside of you and release the emotional rubbish, the debris that is within you that perhaps you were holding for somebody else. As we age, and if we're blessed enough to have parents that are older and everything like that, and if And also, I want to say, if we're blessed enough actually to say goodbye to our parents and they pass, and I know it sounds crazy that I use blessed because there's a deep sadness, and but there's also a deep love, and the deeper the love, sometimes the deeper the grief. But we know, as whoever's here on the monthly vibe, we vibrate very similarly, right? There's an energy of they go back home. And yes, we miss them here. But if you ever had that, if you have that experience of watching even your parents age, and even as we grow older, honor the wisdom, honor those moments, go back to old Polaroids and pictures that, and go back to those memories and really tune into the happy times, because you are exactly who you are because of them, not despite of them, because of them. Whatever things that they didn't deal with on an emotional level, they did the best they could with the resources that they had. And this is what this energy of December is bringing, with all of the astrology of the full moon in December, of Gemini, December 4th. Then we have the new moon, which is on the 19th of December, of Sagittarius, which is a brand new awakening of seeing things. And it also, it lets us, it makes us go back a little bit, and thinking of our youth and of aging. But aging doesn't have to be a process where it's like of sadness. It's one where it's welcoming and utilizing that wisdom and paying it forward to the youth of however we choose to serve. And we get to express our heart this month. That's what is really igniting us. This is the month where something inside of you is whispering, I'm ready again. I'm honoring what was. I'm honoring what will be. I'm excited to what will be. I'm investing in myself, in my future. I choose who I keep close to me. And what I hear on like this month intuitively is that you are crossing a brand new, updated version of yourself. It's gently. It's like, and you can't mistake in this at all. This month, December, is asking you to really step forward. Like I said, get those new shoes, get those new trainers, run towards the future, but take in every moment. Look at the sunset as you're running, or the sunrise, or the water, or all around you. Pay attention to who's around you. Smile, make eye contact, align with the moment of the here and now. You don't need to force anything this month. You don't need to push. You don't need to rush your healing or your clarity. None of that. This is a recalibration time. It's a gathering of your energy. It's a remembering of your truth. It's a preparation for the acceleration ahead. It's a month of my birthday. And you may notice that there may be this also, like I mentioned before, that our circle gets smaller. It's a desire to simplify also. But how do we simplify? We just clean up loose ends, give to charity, give, things that you no longer need. And also the emotions that are showing up, I just want to reiterate this. They're showing themselves up this one last time in the way things are aligned, perfectly aligned, because Saturn now went direct. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we're going to we're going to be held accountable of certain things, but at the same time, we're going to, whatever we were procrastinating of completing, we're going to now complete. And there's this deep insight about relationships, about boundaries. Mercury went direct. Saturn, like I mentioned, Saturn is going direct. There were 6 planets in retrograde. It was like, crazy town for a little bit. But it sometimes, like, think of a snow globe. We have to shake it up a little bit. And when the snow falls down, you can see it clearly. You can see what that picture inside of there is. How do you want to show up in there? Do you want to be fabulous, or do you want to be a hot mess? You get to choose your own snow globe this month. So I want to invite you to the winter solstice, which is December 21st. It is, I believe it's a Sunday. It's a powerful one. The solstice is the most sacred pause in the wheel of the year. It's where I say light stands still and it begins its return. So the solstice opens a gateway of heightened intuition, emotional clarity, and I will be doing a special Zoom. It's $22 or whatever you want to donate. A karmic release. We're going to do a big karmic clearing that day, so you can step into 2025 with grace, with love, with clarity, with confidence. I'm all about the confidence, but you can't go in confident if you aren't practicing, if you're not diligent and honoring your daily devotional practice, whatever that may be. So the solstice is always, the solstice will always bring in deeper downloads and alignment with your next timeline, which you probably feel it. It's that quiet inner knowing that something is shifting. So I'm going to put all the information down in the show notes. We're going to be returning to the light to release what has been heavy. And also, if you are in New York, because this is the perfect time, I invite you December 14th. It's the perfect moment for constellation work. If patterns are resurfacing, if emotions are louder, if you feel that there's something inside of you that wants to break free, I invite you to join me on December 14th. It's a workshop that will meet you exactly where you are. We will release what doesn't belong to you and your system and realign you with your true path. December 21st is the solstice, January 11th, the vision quest. And if you're liking this podcast, if you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching the replay, if you're listening it on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast, please share, subscribe, pay it forward. This is my offering to you all. This is not a monetization thing at all. But it means the world to me, because as you share and pay it forward, then we raise the frequency one soul at a time. So I wish you all a very blessed December. And if you're on live right now on Zoom, we are going to do an intuitive reading. And if you'd like an intuitive reading and enter to win one, please join us for the next Zoom call, which is going to be next month. So from my heart to yours, have a blessed December filled with so much light, love, honoring what was, honoring what is, and honoring yourselves for the beautiful light that you are. Many blessings. Namaste.